Hi everybody, this is Michael Acasio in another video about computer repair and computer maintenance. I wanted to make this video as kind of like a brief description of the things that you have to do to repair your computer. And I always talk about doing maintenance, which is really important if you want to have your computer running well. So let's begin. Basically, you have a computer and you turn it on and you're getting a lot of stuff on the screen, pop-up messages, and you're getting all kinds of weird stuff like it's going to a different browser, a different page than it's supposed to go, and you're just thinking, wow, I'm trying to do something and everything else is going on in the background while I'm doing it, and it's really annoying and it's slowing me down. And how do I deal with this? How do I get something done on my computer while there's a lot of other things going on? Well, first of all, the reason why things are going on in the background while you're on your computer doing something is because you have things running. You have programs running while you're on the computer. So in other words, let's say you go on a website, let's say we're on eBay, okay, and we're looking to buy something, just for an example. And you have eBay up, and you're getting all this other stuff. Here comes a pop-up from, an advertisement. Here comes something that I was searching for last night on another site, and that's trying to open up. So those things that are in the background opening up, those are things that you need to take off from running because they are using your memory. See, in your computer you have memory, RAM memory it's called, and it's either 4 gigs, 6 gigs, 8 gigs. Some systems even have 16 gigs, a lot of the newer ones. Gaming systems, the more memory you have, the more things you can do on your computer. And also you have to remember that the more memory that you have to use on one task, the better it is, because you're doing one task with about a fraction of the memory that you could be using. So what we want to do is we want to go into the startup. Now let's say you're on a Windows 10 computer, okay, for an example. You go down to the toolbar on the bottom and you right click an empty space on the toolbar, and then you click on Task Manager. Task Manager is going to come up on top of the screen. It's going to show things that are running, processes, and what's running on startup. You can see all the different names of the things, and it'll show exactly how much usage it's using. Now, if you're not using those programs at the moment, you need to right click on it and end task. You want to close out whatever's running except for what you're using. Okay? Now, when you go back into those things that are running, they will be running also, but not at the same time as you're using it, you see, because you want to use one thing at a time. So end task on that. If you're on a Windows 7 computer, what you want to do is you want to go down to the start menu and go to run and type in the run box, mscomfig, that's msconfig, hit OK, and then the next screen that comes up will be the configuration screen, and what you want to do is you want to click the startup tab. You click the startup tab on that, and you uncheck all the boxes, okay, except for maybe your antivirus. That's okay to leave on. Then you hit apply and OK. You can restart your computer, or it will only take effect once you restart, so you should restart your computer after that. And then when you go in, you won't be running all those things in the background. You'll just be running what you're doing. And another thing you can do is if you're using the Chrome browser, which I highly recommend, You go to the right hand upper right of the Chrome browser and you'll see 3 dots, vertical dots, straight in a line. You click that and then you hover your mouse over to where it says history, and then you go to the left, click history, and then click the mouse there on history, and then you'll see a lot of different boxes on the right hand side with different websites that you've gone to. So what you want to do is you want to highlight one of them, use the Control A key on your keyboard, hit delete, and do that until they're all gone. You keep highlighting and do it until they're all gone. Then you close out your browser, you open your browser again. Okay, now your browser is clean of all these websites and things that are going on. Another thing you could do is also check and see how much memory you have. You go to System or System Information, and if you have 4 gigs of memory, you might want to consider going to 8 gigs. You have to have 4 gigs is basic, so that's where it starts. Nowadays, 2019, you got to have at least 4 gigs. Consider upgrading memory, and the way to do that is once you find out how much you have, you can go to crucial.com. That's crucial.com, and there's a memory tester on there, and it'll tell you exactly how many slots you have and how much memory you can add, or you can call them directly and give them the name of your model number of your computer and the name. Say it's a Dell such and such, and they will tell you what's available for your computer. If it's a desktop, you install the memory inside the computer. If it's a laptop, you turn it upside down, you take the battery out, you open the door, and you'll see one stick, and the other stick's going to go in the empty slot. And if you need more information on that, let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you how to install memory once you buy it. You can also look at some of my other videos where I talk about how to install memory. But I'll be glad to tell you how to install the memory if you buy it. And another thing you need to do is you need to get a program called Malwarebytes, and you need to get a program called CCleaner. If you're on Windows 10, make sure you're getting that one version for Windows 10. CCleaner, C like cat, cleaner, all one word. Run that, and after you run it, it'll get rid of all kinds of temporary junk that's on your computer. On the left side of that program, it says Registry Cleaner. You click that, and you scan to see what's in your registry. It'll ask you to back up your registry. You could say no, and then it'll show you what kind of problems you have. Then you click Remove All Problems, and it will remove registry problems. Now, registry problems, what that is when you uninstall a program, not every file gets uninstalled. So you need a registry program to get rid of the files that are still left behind and scattered around your hard drive. See, the hard drive, when you uninstall stuff, files go everywhere. It's not a perfect science. So you need a registry cleaner if you're running a Windows computer to clean out whatever files are left behind from programs that you uninstalled at some time or something like that. Another thing you need to do is you need to go into your control panel to where your programs are. Windows 7, it would say uninstall programs. Windows 10, in the control panel, it would say programs and features. Click on that. Go down in the list of programs that are listed on your computer. They're listed from top to bottom. And see what programs you don't need, don't use. If you have any toolbars in there, highlight it, go to the top and hit uninstall. You don't want it. It's just going to give you a problem. Any games or anything that you don't use in there, one at a time, highlight them or remove them. It'll take a couple seconds to remove, so give it time. But you want to remove all the programs you don't need, don't use, that were installed by accident or whatever the case is. If you're not sure what it is, leave it alone. But I'm sure you'll find some things in there that you can get rid of. And then you get rid of them, and you'll have less junk on your hard drive. That's another good tip. Another good tip is if you're on a desktop computer, make sure you clean your fans periodically. Dust in your house, smoking will get on those fans, and they'll clog up the fans and they'll make your computer run hotter. The enemy of a computer is heat and water. Liquid and heat are the enemies of a computer. The hotter your computer runs, the less stable it will be. That means you're putting on unnecessary heat to your CPU, which is the brains of your computer, the processor, and you don't want to do it. You want to have your computer run as cool as possible. Make sure it's in a well-ventilated area. If you have a laptop, you may want to buy at Walmart one of those $10, $15 fans that go under the laptop. It's a tray. You sit your laptop on it, and the fans will cool it. If it's a desktop, make sure you unplug it periodically and clean the back. Make sure the fans are clean of dirt and dust. Open it up. Don't be afraid to open it up. If you're a new computer user, it's only 2 screws. It'll take the side right off, and you make sure you take the dust out of your computer. Don't use water, but you can even vacuum it. Just make sure you take the dust out of the computer. You don't want dust in your CPU fan. You don't want dust in your case fans. You want it to run cool and smooth. That's another thing you have to do. And you have to make sure you do that, and your fans need to be visible. In other words, don't put your computer in a closet or underneath the desk in the corner. Make sure it's out in the open where it gets enough circulation. Now on a laptop, on the side of it, laptops are a little different. Instead of air going in, the air comes out. So make sure on the side of your laptop where the vent is that you clean the dust off of that so the air can circulate through the laptop and out the computer. You want to keep your laptop fan clean, and that's one way of doing it. Okay? There'll be visible dust on the outside of it. Okay? So you want to clean that off, and you want your laptop to run as cool as possible. Another thing I suggest is make sure your power option is set to high performance. You'll get a little more power that way. It's usually set to balance in a laptop, or in a desktop, you might have a power option set up. Change that to high performance. And that's another thing that will give you a little more power and help you. So if you have any questions or you have any tips of your own, please leave them in the comment. I'll answer all the questions. I always answer my comments. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends, tell anybody that you know that may have computer issues to subscribe to my channel. I have several videos that will help you, that will help them get their computer running good and keep it running good. So again, this is Mike Lucasio from MSL Computer Service in another video. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.